But hasn't politics always been full of charlatans and unprincipled people? And if we accept that that's a bitter reality, not all, I've met some very decent people in politics, actually, but it's not entirely surprising that people like Boris Johnson, Donald Trump and others, in a televisual age, the ones who can crack a joke and make people laugh, who have a little bit less of the robot about them, and people thought Theresa May was robotic. It's not entirely surprising that they rise to the top and have a constituent that will support that.
No, it's not surprising. Politics always had charlatans and bluffers, and I think we, people like me from the kind of centre ground of politics, have a lot to answer for. I think 2008 financial crisis showed that we'd mismanaged the economy. I think Iraq and Afghanistan were horrible foreign policy humiliations. And so I think people like Trump or Johnson are responding to a genuine public anger. These guys screwed up. They didn't know what they were doing. The problem is what people are choosing to do is throw them like a hand grenade at the system.
But, in Trump's case, it's effective. He just tears up any rules that have gone before. He doesn't care. And he has a constituent audience that don't really care what he does or what he says.
Yeah, I think it's true for both of them. But I think that to counter that, there's always going to be people like Donald Trump or Boris Johnson around. What's lacking is the seriousness in the kind of middle ranks of politics. And that's why I think the system feels so broken.
What do we do about it? How do we fix it?
I think we have to decentralise. We have to take power out of Westminster. I'm very excited by, the Mayor of Manchester, Mayor of West Midlands, and Mandy Street. And I think we've got to get out of this Victorian idea that a bunch of amateurs sitting in Parliament are going to be able to micromanage the country.
You were a tutor to Prince William and Prince Harry. So what do you feel about what's happened with those two?
So I don't talk about it. It's the one thing
I know, that's why I've asked you.
Yes, it's the one thing
The show's called Uncensored, Rory. Don't come on here and start self-censoring. What's the matter with you, man?
I think if I'm teaching them, I owe them...
But just on a human level.
Owe them confidentiality. I like them both very much. They were lovely boys.
Do you feel sad about what's happened? They now hate each other so much they don't even talk to each other.
I definitely feel sad, yeah.
Is that as far as you're going to go?
As far as I'm going to go.
Who was the brighter?
As far as I go.
Well, you were their tutor.
As far as I'm going to go, that's not my job.
From a military perspective, when I watch Harry doing his Invictus Games thing, I think good on you. When I think about his service to his country, I think good on him.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law taught them both at Sandhurst, actually. I thought they were both good soldiers. When I see him, the other half of him, running around the world, trashing his family and the monarchy and everything, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I sympathise with a lot of what you're saying. I'm a big supporter of the King. I'm a big supporter of the Prince of Wales. I'm very proud of the royal family, and I think that's very, very sad.
Should he stick to stuff like the Invictus Games and just shut up trashing the royals?
I'm staying out of this one, Piers.
You effectively just said you agree.
Huh? I agree with a lot of things you said.
As his former tutor.
You're dragging me too deep.
You'll sell some books here, Rory. Come on, bit of uncensored honesty.